This is The Brief on the Shrimp Boat Podcast. Okay, so today we're looking at this really lively ad, right? It's for the Shrimp Boat Podcast and its awesome cookbook series. Think of it like your go-to guide if you're keen to whip up some seriously delicious and kind of unique dishes. So, first thing you gotta know, this whole shrimp boat thing, it's way more than just recipes. It's like culinary storytelling. Yeah, you get the scoop on where famous dishes actually came from. Plus, you snag these exclusive, totally mouthwatering recipes you just won't find anywhere else. And hey, it's not only seafood, okay? We're talking local gems from all over, amazing desserts, even how to make your own wine. It really brings all these different flavors right to you. And second, they've made it super easy for anyone to cook this stuff. Seriously, doesn't matter if you're a pro chef or, kind of new to the kitchen. The guides are really clear, step by step, so you can actually make these signature dishes at home without pulling your hair out. Turns tricky cooking into something fun, something you can actually do. So, bottom line, if you want a taste of the world, unique flavors, and cooking that's actually easy, the Shrimp Boat Podcast and those cookbooks, they're
Welcome
pretty
back
much
to
your
the Deep
ultimate
Dive.
kitchen adventure.
Today, we're setting off on a truly captivating culinary journey, one that takes us right into the heart of the Washington, D.C. area. Our map for this adventure, Recipes from Home, an extraordinary collection meticulously gathered from the Shrimp Boat book series.
It really is a fantastic source, full of local flavor.
It's a real treasure trove, showing us that even in a bustling capital, natural bounty thrives. Our mission today is to truly unpack the natural gifts found within and around the nation's capital. We'll explore how humble yet profoundly impactful natural ingredients like the delicate honeysuckle blossom
Beautiful.
and the vibrant wild blackberry are transformed into everything from soothing sips to delightful sweet treats.
We're a real spectrum.
But this isn't just about following recipes, oh no. We're going on a full sensory exploration, focusing intently on the intricate flavors, the delicate aromas, the diverse textures, the vibrant colors, and the comforting temperatures each of these unique creations offers.
Getting into all the senses. I like it.
And here's where it gets really interesting. We're even going to paint a vivid picture of the perfect modern setting for you to truly savor each one of these unique culinary experiences, elevating a simple act into an intentional ritual.
You know, one of the most compelling aspects of these recipes from home is precisely how they allow us to connect with the very essence of a place. It's far more than just food or drink. It's a profound reflection of local heritage
Right.
and the ingenious ways nature's direct gifts are celebrated. This deep dive will offer you a real shortcut to understanding the regional flavors of the Anacostia and D.C. areas, providing those aha moments about the versatility
Yeah.
and incredible potential hidden right in our immediate surroundings, often in plain sight.
It really is about discovering the edible landscape that flourishes even amidst urban architecture.
Exactly. Hidden gems.
Okay, so our sensory adventure truly begins in the enchanting Anacostia region. The sources introduce us to honeysuckle blossoms blooming there with what's described as fragrant splendor.
It's such a distinctive smell, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's so much more than just a beautiful flower. It's a cherished local aroma, deeply ingrained in the local experience. Imagine walking through a park in early summer and being completely enveloped by that distinctive, sweet perfume. It's almost like nature's own embrace.
And this really illustrates how much a specific flora can define a region's identity, wouldn't you say? It doesn't just grow there. It influences its very character
That's a great point.
and in turn inspires culinary traditions that become central to its culture. The widespread appreciation for honeysuckle's sweet and delicate aroma isn't just a fleeting fancy. It's a testament to embracing nature's direct and immediate gifts.
Yeah.
It shows how profoundly the natural world can influence our daily lives, from what we smell on a morning walk to what we choose to put on our tables.
Right. It links us to the rhythm of the seasons.
Exactly. And the bounty of the land in a very direct sensory way.
It's powerful, isn't it? That idea of scent as a gateway to memory and place. Just the mention of honeysuckle can evoke a feeling of natural beauty and a profound calm, transporting you directly to those serene green spaces of Anacostia. It's like a fragrant, ephemeral bookmark for a beautiful location, reminding you of gentler times or quiet moments spent outdoors.
A beautiful way to put it.
So our first stop on this culinary journey is the Anacostia honeysuckle tea, which is specifically described as capturing the essence of Anacostia's blooming beauty in a soothing and fragrant tea.
It sounds lovely.
This isn't just a beverage, it's an experience designed for tranquility and mindfulness. So for this Anacostia honeysuckle tea, the description highlights a very delicate, naturally sweet, and distinctly aromatic flavor with clear floral notes. Expert, how challenging is it to capture that specific ephemeral honeysuckle aroma in a tea without it becoming either too wet or, conversely, too perfume-like or even bitter?
That's a fantastic and crucial question. It's precisely why the recipe's instruction to use warm, not boiling water is so critical.
Okay.
Honeysuckle has these incredibly delicate, volatile compounds molecules responsible for its aroma. If you hit them with boiling water, you risk cooking them out.
Ah, right.
Or, just as importantly, extracting bitter tannins from the plant material itself, which can quickly turn a delicate floral tea into something astringent or cloying.
Okay, so gentle is key.
Absolutely. The warm water, over a gentle steeping for about 15 minutes, allows those subtle floral esters to infuse slowly and gently, preserving that natural, almost ethereal sweetness and avoiding any harshness. It's a real balance, a gentle coaxing rather than an aggressive extraction.
Right.
The honey, added to taste, then introduces a natural, comforting sweetness that rounds out any floral sharpness.
Nice touch.
And a squeeze of lemon, that's a stroke of genius, brightening the entire taste, giving it a subtle tang and a vibrant finish that just lifts everything. It truly is a beautifully balanced sip.
That sounds exquisitely balanced. And in terms of how it feels to drink, is it light or more full-bodied? And is it purely a warm beverage, or does it have versatility?
It's wonderfully smooth and clean on the palate, a very light, clear liquid that feels pure and refreshing. While traditionally enjoyed warm, which offers that soothing comfort perfect for a quiet moment, it's incredibly versatile. You could easily chill it.
Oh, interesting.
For a wonderfully refreshing sip on a warm afternoon, perhaps with a few extra lemon slices and ice. Its lightness means it never feels heavy or cloying, making it delightful for any season. The texture is truly light and clean.
And visually, what can we expect? The description mentions pale golden or amber.
The color is quite elegant, isn't it? After steeping, it reveals a pale golden or a light amber hue, a gentle warmth that comes naturally from the blossoms and the honey. This delicate base is then beautifully contrasted by the vibrant yellow of a fresh lemon wedge, often used as a garnish.
Yeah.
The overall aesthetic is one of freshness, purity, and natural beauty,
Very inviting.
inviting you to take a moment and just appreciate its simple elegance.
The recipe itself is elegantly simple, truly emphasizing freshness, as you mentioned, calling for 2 cups of fresh honeysuckle blossoms. The focus seems to be on minimal intervention to let the natural flavor shine.
Exactly. The process is straightforward. Steeping those fragrant blossoms in warm, not boiling, water for about 15 minutes, as we discussed, is key
Right, the crucial step.
to extracting their delicate flavors without bitterness. Then, you simply sweeten it with honey to taste. It's a straightforward method that yields profoundly delicate and satisfying results. It's all about respecting the ingredient.
Now let's talk about the ideal setting for savoring this tea, because the environment really does impact how we experience flavor.
Absolutely.
I'm imagining an ambience that is calm, bright, and airy. Picture a sun-drenched nook in your home, perhaps by a large window overlooking some greenery,
Oh, lovely.
or even a peaceful conservatory bathed in natural light. The goal here is a space that invites serenity and reflection.
Absolutely. The setting is crucial for truly engaging all your senses.
Yeah.
With the color palette really leaning into soft, natural tones, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Gentle creams, warm beiges, or even those muted sage greens to create a really harmonious, calming backdrop. And you could easily introduce light wood or bamboo accents for a touch of organic warmth and texture, too. It's about creating a visual quietness that allows your taste buds to truly awaken to the tea's subtlety.
And for furniture and textiles, I'm envisioning comfort above all else. A truly comfortable, oversized armchair, perhaps upholstered in a soft, breathable fabric.
Yeah, something you can sink into.
Drape it with a plush, throw in a natural fiber like linen or cotton, just inviting you to sink in and relax. Beside it, a small, modern side table crafted from light wood or featuring a minimalist metal base.
Perfect.
Would be perfect for holding your teacup and perhaps a good book.
Perfect. That tactile comfort enhances the soothing nature of the tea. And lighting, of course, is paramount. Abundant natural light is ideal during the day,
Right.
letting the sun do its work, brightening the space and lifting your mood. For evening enjoyment, supplement this with a minimalist floor lamp that casts a soft, diffused glow, creating an intimate and cozy atmosphere without being overly bright or distracting.
And for accessories, we're keeping it simple and elegant, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Less is more here. A beautifully crafted ceramic teacup and saucer would elevate the experience. A small vase with just a few fresh honeysuckle sprigs or other delicate blossoms would echo the theme
Brings the outside in.
and bring a touch of the outdoors in. Perhaps a current, engaging book laid open nearby, inviting you to spend some quiet time. The entire space should feel uncluttered, inviting, and utterly serene.
Yes.
A perfect escape to enjoy the delicate nuances of the tea. It really transforms a simple cup into a mindful moment.
Beautifully described.
All right, so moving from that gentle comfort and serenity of honeysuckle tea, we're now ready to explore something truly transformative, yet still rooted in that same fragrant blossom, the sophisticated Potomac honeysuckle wine.
Okay, a big step up in complexity here.
Definitely. The sources describe it as taking the cherished flower to new heights, offering a delightful libation. This is where the simple, delicate blossom undergoes a profound transformation, becoming something complex and altogether new.
What's truly fascinating here is how the fermentation process isn't just about alcohol. It's a precise act of biochemical engineering that actively transforms the delicate honeysuckle.
Right, it's not just flavoring alcohol.
Not at all. Unlike a tea, which captures immediate aromatics through infusion, fermentation creates entirely new aromatic compounds, esters, aldehydes that often didn't exist in the fresh blossom.
Wow.
This means the wine isn't just honeysuckle flavored. It's a new aromatic symphony, where the original delicate notes might evolve into deeper, more complex profiles, perhaps reminiscent of dried apricots, a subtle spicy nuance, or even a hint of lychee.
Interesting.
This creates an enduring, multifaceted, fragrant heritage that a simple infusion simply cannot achieve. It's a chemical alchemy that unlocks entirely new dimensions of flavor and aroma, embedding the blossom's essence in a more enduring, sophisticated form.
That's a remarkable shift, from simple infusion to a chemical alchemy creating a completely new profile. While the specific flavor notes aren't detailed in our sources, you've given us a hint. So, given the sugar and lemon in the recipe, what kind of balance can we anticipate in the taste?
Well, given the sugar content in the recipe, you'd likely expect a sweet start, which would then be beautifully balanced by the brightness and acidity of the lemon zest and juice. The unique aromatic essence of honeysuckle would be carried throughout, but in a more matured, nuanced way, integrated into a broader, more complex palate.
And the aging. That must play a big role.
Oh, absolutely. The crucial aging process, explicitly mentioned in the recipe, would undoubtedly add layers of depth and complexity, softening any initial sharpness, integrating the flavors, and allowing for a longer, more intriguing finish than a fresh infusion could ever provide.
And what about its appearance and texture? I imagine it's quite refined.
Absolutely. In terms of texture and tones, imagine a smooth, clear liquid. Visually, it would likely present a light golden hue, perhaps reminiscent of a very pale white wine or delicate rosé, capturing the subtle essence of the blossom. Its texture would be refined, certainly not syrupy, but rather clean and elegant on the palate, reflecting the careful winemaking process and its maturation.
The recipe for this wine is significantly more involved than the tea, indicating a true commitment to the craft. It mentions 4 cups of blossoms, sugar, lemon, wine yeast, and a gallon of water. Can you walk us through some of those key steps and what makes them crucial?
Of course, it really begins with a crucial step.
Yeah.
Sterilization using a Campton tablet.
Okay, what's that exactly?
Now, for those unfamiliar, Campton tablet is a small, sulfur-based tablet winemakers use to kill off any unwanted wild yeasts or bacteria present on the fruit or equipment.
Ah, so it cleans the slate.
Precisely. This ensures that only our intended wine yeast takes hold, guaranteeing a cleaner fermentation and preventing off flavors that could ruin months of work. Once sterilized, you move to the gentle crushing of the blossoms, which helps release their delicate compounds.
Got it.
Then you're building the base: sugar, lemon zest and juice, and a gallon of water. This creates the must, the unfermented juice. The wine yeast is introduced to this must, kicking off the primary fermentation for about a week, with daily stirring.
So that's the really active part.
That's the vigorous bubbling phase, where the yeast actively converts sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. After this, you strain the liquid to remove any solids, like the spent blossoms, and transfer it to a secondary fermenter with an airlock.
An airlock, what's its role there?
An airlock is a clever device that allows carbon dioxide produced by the fermenting wine to escape, but crucially prevents oxygen and unwanted bacteria or wild yeasts from getting into the wine.
Like a one-way valve.
Exactly. This maintains an anaerobic, oxygen-free environment, which is vital for proper wine development and prevents spoilage. The wine continues to ferment for several more weeks until all bubbling ceases, indicating the yeast has largely done its work.
Okay, and then?
Finally, the wine undergoes a process called racking. This means carefully siphoning the liquid from one fermenter to another, specifically to leave behind any spent yeast and other solid particles that have settled at the bottom, often called lees.
Right, getting rid of the gunk.
Pretty much. This step is crucial for clarifying the wine, preventing any unwanted off flavors from developing from decaying yeast, and allowing it to mature gracefully without interference from the solids. You then bottle it, and most crucially, the instructions say to store the bottles in a cool, dark place for several months to age.
Several months.
Yes. This extended aging period is absolutely paramount for developing its full character, depth, and complexity, truly turning a simple fermented liquid into a refined, sophisticated libation. It's a journey from raw ingredients to something far more intricate and profound.
That's a truly detailed and insightful explanation of a complex process. Now let's conjure the ideal setting for enjoying this Potomac honeysuckle wine. We're thinking of an ambience that is sophisticated and intimate.
Definitely a step up from the tea nook.
Perhaps a chic lounge area or a refined dining space. This is a drink best savored in the evening, perfect for unwinding after a long day or for engaging in elegant social gatherings.
Exactly. The sophistication of the wine demands a setting that complements its complexity.
Yeah.
For the color palette here, we'd go deeper and richer than our tea setting.
Right.
Imagine warm charcoals, deep forest greens, or perhaps an elegant plum, creating a sense of luxurious comfort. These rich tones would be beautifully accented with metallic touches like brushed gold or bronze,
Ooh, nice.
adding a subtle gleam and a modern sophistication that speaks to the wine's refined character.
And for furniture and textiles, I am picturing something that invites both comfort and thoughtful conversation. A comfortable, low-slung modern sofa or a pair of elegant armchairs.
Yes, luxurious fabrics.
Perhaps upholstered in a luxurious fabric like velvet or a richly textured weave. A sleek coffee table made of dark wood, glass, or polished stone would serve as a refined centerpiece, perfect for holding your wine glasses.
Absolutely. The tactile experience of the surroundings enhances the appreciation of the wine. Lighting, too, would be subdued and intentionally placed. Think dimmable track lighting, stylish floor lamps, or sconces
Setting the mood.
that cast a soft, inviting glow rather than an overall bright illumination. Candlelight could be an incredibly elegant addition, further enhancing the intimate and refined atmosphere, allowing the wine's color to shimmer subtly.
As for accessories, high-quality crystal wine glasses are essential to truly appreciate the wine's color and aroma.
Definitely. Good glassware matters.
A minimalist sculptural wine rack could become a piece of art in itself, showcasing your collection. On the walls, art that evokes abstract nature or modern landscapes would beautifully complement the sophisticated feel.
Curate.
The entire space should speak to understated luxury and thoughtful design, fostering an environment that encourages conversation, deep appreciation, and a moment of refined indulgence,
Yes.
creating a holistic experience around this unique honeysuckle wine. We shift our focus now from the delicate blossoms of Anacostia to another local treasure, one that feels almost miraculous amidst the cityscape. The wild blackberries of D.C.
Ah, the urban jewels.
Exactly. Our sources describe them as luscious black jewels found in the city's parks, offering a sweet contrast to the urban surroundings. This truly is where the urban landscape and the natural world meet in a most delicious and surprising way.
You know, what's truly fascinating here is the historical context. Blackberries, as the sources note, have been thriving in the D.C. area for centuries,
Wow.
used by Native Americans as a vital food source long before the arrival of European settlers. This raises an important question. How do these long-standing foraging traditions connect us not just to the land, but to the deep layered history of human interaction with that land, even within a bustling modern city?
That's profound.
It's a living link to the past, quietly thriving amidst our monuments and museums, a testament to nature's enduring generosity.
It's an incredible thought, isn't it? The sheer surprise and delight of finding such natural abundance, these sweet, juicy berries, amidst the very monuments and museums that define the nation's capital.
It really is kind of amazing.
It truly feels like unearthing urban jewels, a testament to nature's resilience and generosity right in our backyard. It encourages us to look closer, to see the wild beauty that exists even in our most manicured spaces.
You just have to know where to look.
Moving from the lush fields of DC parks to the cozy warmth of the kitchen, our first blackberry delight is the DC Blackberry Cobbler.
Comfort food central.
This isn't just any cobbler. It's presented as a classic recipe that pays tribute to the bountiful blackberry bushes found throughout the city. It's a celebration of local harvest, designed to bring warmth and comfort. Let's delve into the flavor profile of this cobbler. You'll experience a wonderful interplay of sweet and juicy berries, often with a pleasant natural tartness.
Yeah, that tartness is key.
That beautifully cuts through the richness of the added sugar. This creates a vibrant, multi-layered berry flavor that truly sings. The crust, which is the cobbler's crowning glory, adds a buttery, slightly salty, and profoundly comforting dimension,
The best part.
complementing the fruit without overshadowing it. It's a taste that instantly evokes warmth and home, like a culinary hug.
And the textural symphony is key here. You get the bursting juiciness of the warm, soft berries, nestled beneath a golden brown, slightly crisp yet tender crust.
That contrast.
Yes,
Yes.
that contrast is incredibly satisfying. It's absolutely designed to be enjoyed warm, often straight from the oven, creating a deeply comforting sensation that spreads from the first spoonful. The combination of textures and temperatures is a key part of its appeal, and that warmth amplifies all those delightful aromas.
Visually, the color and tones are rustic, yet incredibly inviting. The cooked blackberries achieve deep, glossy black and purple hues, rich and alluring. This dark, sumptuous fruit is then beautifully contrasted by the golden brown, sometimes speckled, color of the baked cobbler topping. It looks homemade, hearty, and utterly irresistible,
Make you want to dig right in.
promising a comforting experience even before you take a bite. The recipe itself highlights 4 cups fresh DC blackberries, once again underscoring the importance of fresh, local ingredients. But there's a unique method here, expert, that I'm curious about. It mentions pouring melted butter first, then batter, then berries, and resist the urge to stir.
Ah, yes, the classic cobbler technique.
For those of us who, let's just say, get a little too enthusiastic in the kitchen and tend to mix everything,
Sure.
why is that no stir rule so vital here? Is it purely for aesthetics, or does it genuinely impact the texture?
Oh, I completely empathize. It's a common impulse.
Yeah.
But that no stir rule for cobbler is absolutely key, not just for the visual appeal of those distinct layers,
Okay.
but for the fundamental texture. If you stir the batter into the berries, you end up with something much denser, more uniform, almost like a fruitcake or a very thick pudding.
Right, not really a cobbler then.
Exactly. By pouring the batter over the fruit and resisting the urge to mix, the batter can rise and cook around the berries, creating those characteristic, fluffy, biscuit-like dumplings on top and allowing the fruit to remain juicy and distinct underneath.
That makes sense.
It's the difference between a proper cobbler and, well, a very tasty but structurally different fruit bake. You bake it until it's golden brown, a visual cue for perfection.
And of course,
And, as the sources suggest, it's most wonderfully enjoyed with a scoop of vanilla ice cream or a dollop of freshly whipped cream,
the perfect pairing.
adding another layer of creamy indulgence that melts beautifully into the warm fruit.
That makes perfect sense. It truly maintains the integrity of each component. Now, let's set the scene for enjoying this warm, comforting treat. We're envisioning an ambience that is undeniably cozy and inviting.
Definitely cozy.
Perhaps in a well-loved kitchen or a casual dining area. This is a space that radiates warmth and comfort, absolutely perfect for an intimate gathering with loved ones or a delightful family dessert after a meal.
Exactly. The setting should amplify that feeling of warmth and welcome. For the color palette, think earthy and warm. Hues like terracotta, muted ochre, deep cranberry, or forest green would create a rich and grounded feel, beautifully paired with the natural, inviting tones of rich wood throughout the space.
Very grounding colors.
These colors embrace you, much like the cobbler itself.
When considering furniture and textiles, I'm imagining something sturdy yet comfortable. A modern farmhouse-style dining table or a welcoming kitchen island where everyone can gather.
Yeah, a gathering spot.
Pair this with comfortable upholstered dining chairs that invite lingering. Soft, textured placemats or a linen tablecloth would add an extra layer of warmth and homeliness, making it feel intentionally designed for comfort.
And lighting should be warm and diffused, creating a soft glow. Overhead pendant lights or a stylish chandelier could provide this, setting a relaxed mood. You might even imagine the soft glow from a smart fireplace display, adding an extra layer of comfort and coziness, even if it's just a visual element. It's
Mhm.
about creating an atmosphere where every detail whispers, relax and enjoy.
For accessories, we're keeping it stylishly unfussy. A rustic yet elegant serving dish for the cobbler itself would be perfect.
Let the food shine.
Simple white plates would allow the rich colors of the dessert to truly shine. Heavy-bottomed mugs for a warm beverage pairing like a spiced herbal tea or coffee would complete the picture. And to bring a touch of natural freshness, a few potted herbs on a windowsill or a small bouquet of seasonal flowers would be a lovely addition. The entire decor should suggest a space that is lived in, comfortable, and beautifully stylish without being overly formal.
Exactly. Relaxed, elegant.
Truly an ideal spot to savor every warm, sweet bite, creating a cherished memory. Now, let's uncork the secrets and transition from a comforting warm dessert to a complex, aged beverage. The DC Blackberry Wine.
Okay, another big transformation.
A big one. The sources tell us that each bottle whispers of the city's charm, capturing the essence of the thriving blackberry bushes. This is a journey from the fleeting summer berry to a nuanced year-round expression of DC's natural bounty.
Bottled charm.
Almost a bottled piece of the city itself.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's truly about the pinnacle of preservation, taking a fleeting summer fruit and transforming it into a sophisticated, year-round expression.
Right, making it last.
This raises an important question. What does achieving a perfect balance of sweet and tart in this wine tell us about the ideal characteristics of a truly well-crafted, fruit-based wine?
Good question.
It's not just about raw sweetness, it's the nuanced interplay of flavors that defines a truly exceptional libation, creating something far more complex and enduring.
That balance is definitely key, isn't it? The flavor profile of this wine is described as having a perfect balance of sweet and tart, which the sources say embodies the soul of the nation's capital.
High praise.
It promises finest flavors, so what specific characteristics would contribute to that?
Well, the finest flavors suggests a rich, fruity character, but with a nuanced complexity developed over its extensive aging period.
Right, the aging again.
The initial robust sweetness of the fresh berry would be refined and modulated through the lengthy fermentation process. The tartness from the lemon juice provides a crucial counterpoint, preventing the wine from becoming cloying,
Mm-hmm.
and instead leading to a sophisticated, multi-layered taste experience where the fruit's inherent brightness still shines through amidst deeper, more evolved notes. You might detect hints of earthy undertones or even a subtle spiciness that weren't present in the fresh fruit.
So it really evolves over time.
Massively.
And in terms of its visual appeal and mouthfeel.
In terms of texture and tones, imagine a deep, rich ruby or garnet color, reflecting the concentrated essence of the blackberries.
Beautiful color.
It's a color that speaks of depth and maturity. The texture would be smooth, full-bodied, and refined on the palate, offering a lingering finish that is characteristic of a well-aged wine.
So satisfying.
This isn't a light, casual drink. It's something substantial and elegant, designed for thoughtful sipping.
The recipe highlights a truly involved winemaking process, a testament to the dedication required. It's not a quick project.
Definitely not. This is a commitment.
Could you elaborate on some of the stages mentioned, like the two-stage fermentation and racking, and why they're so vital for achieving this perfect balance?
Absolutely. This is where the craft truly comes alive. The process is lengthy and precise. It begins with sterilization using a Campton tablet to ensure purity,
Like before.
followed by the gentle crushing of the berries to release their precious juices without bruising them. A simple syrup is created by dissolving granulated sugar in distilled water, which then cools before being combined with the crushed berries, along with lemon zest and juice.
Okay.
The wine yeast is then added, initiating the primary fermentation for about 7 days. This is the initial vigorous activity where much of the sugar is converted.
Right, the busy part.
After this, the liquid is strained into a secondary fermenter with an airlock, where it continues to ferment for about 4 to 6 weeks until the bubbling subsides. The secondary fermentation is slower, allowing for a more subtle development of flavors and aromas. Then, the wine undergoes racking, carefully siphoning the liquid off the settled lees, dead yeast and sediment.
Getting clearer.
Exactly. This is crucial for clarifying the wine, preventing any unwanted off-flavors from developing, and allowing it to mature gracefully. The process of racking is often repeated multiple times during aging to ensure maximum clarity and purity of flavor.
Wow, multiple times.
Yes. After initial racking, it's sealed with an airlock for another 3 months of aging. But the most crucial step, according to the sources, is the final maturation. Let the wine mature for at least a year, after bottling.
A year minimum.
At least a year. This extended aging is where its true character, depth, and the promised perfect balance truly develop. Over this time, complex chemical reactions occur, integrating all the flavors, softening tannins, and creating that lingering, sophisticated finish.
Incredible.
Its patience rewarded with profound complexity.
That truly sounds like a labor of love, culminating in a complex beverage. Now, let's envision the ideal setting for savoring this DC blackberry wine. We're talking about an ambience that is sophisticated, intimate, and perhaps even contemplative.
Yes, this deserves a special space.
Picture a private study, a modern home library, or a thoughtfully designed living room. This is a space ideal for evening enjoyment, quiet reflection, or deep, engaging conversation, a place where you can truly appreciate the nuances of the wine.
Indeed. The richness of this wine calls for a sophisticated backdrop. For the color palette, we lean into rich, deep colors that evoke elegance. Think charcoal grays, deep blues, sumptuous plums, or rich browns.
Very luxurious.
These would provide a luxurious and grounding backdrop, accented beautifully by polished chrome or dark wood finishes, adding a contemporary edge that speaks to modern refinement. This creates a visual richness that echoes the wine's character.
When it comes to furniture and textiles, I'm imagining comfort with the sense of curated style. A luxurious, deep-seated leather sofa or a pair of chic armchairs.
Definitely. Something substantial.
You want fabrics that evoke richness, maybe a velvet or a textured weave, because the tactile comfort here contributes to the appreciation of this sophisticated wine. And a substantial modern coffee table, whether dark wood or polished stone,
No focal point.
serves as more than just a surface. It's a grounding element for your crystal wine glasses, inviting a slower, more deliberate enjoyment.
And lighting would be soft and deliberate, creating a series of warm, inviting pools of light, rather than an overall bright illumination.
Mood lighting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Strategically placed floor lamps and table lamps would achieve this effect, perfect for reading or intimate conversation. This intentional lighting encourages a focus on the immediate experience, allowing the wine's subtle notes to truly emerge.
And for accessories, fine crystal wine glasses are absolutely essential to enhance the experience,
Non-negotiable for this one.
allowing you to appreciate the wine's deep color and complex aroma. A minimalist bar cart or a custom-built cabinet for spirits would be a sophisticated addition. A striking piece of abstract art or a large-format photograph on the wall would complete the curated aesthetic. The entire space is designed for comfort and intellectual engagement, offering an atmosphere of refined indulgence.
Perfectly put.
A perfect complement to the complexity and depth of the DC Blackberry wine. It transforms the act of drinking into an occasion.
It really does.
So what does this all mean when we look at our journey from start to finish? We've seen the humble honeysuckle blossom evolve from a simple, soothing tea to a complex, elegant wine.
Do I to leave?
And we've witnessed wild blackberries transform from a warm, comforting cobbler into a deeply aged, sophisticated wine. It's a true spectrum of culinary artistry, showcasing the remarkable potential within these natural ingredients.
What's truly fascinating here is how Recipes from Home showcases not just incredible culinary skills, but a deep, almost primal human desire to capture and extend the essence of fleeting natural beauty.
Right, holding on to summer.
It's about preserving a moment, a flavor, a season, and even a memory. This raises an important question. How do these diverse methods of preparation, from the gentle steeping of tea, to the rustic, comforting baking of a cobbler, to the intricate multi-stage process of complex fermentation, each tell a unique story about the ingredient's potential. Each method unlocks a different facet of the plant, offering a distinct expression of its inherent qualities and extending its life far beyond its peak season.
It's truly a testament to human ingenuity, isn't it? The concept of seasonal ingredients is so profound, and these recipes beautifully illustrate the creativity required to enjoy nature's gifts year-round.
Absolutely.
It's about making summer last, bottling or baking a memory for future enjoyment, almost an act of defiance against the ephemeral nature of seasonal bounty.
Well said. Capturing sunshine. Hashtag tag 3.2, a palette of sensory stories.
As we've explored, each of these creations offers such a distinct sensory narrative. Think about the delicate, aromatic calm of the honeysuckle tea light, floral, uplifting, a moment of gentle solace.
Very serene.
Now, contrast that with the deep, nuanced journey of its wine, which speaks of patience, transformation, and subtle complexity, taking you on a far more introspective path.
A completely different mood.
Similarly, the warm, comforting hug of a blackberry cobbler busting with juicy fruit and a buttery, crisp crust is a world away from the sophisticated, tart-sweet balance and lingering finish of the blackberry wine.
Night and day, almost.
Each one is a complete experience, a masterclass in how different preparations unlock different sensory profiles.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it underscores how flavor, texture, aroma, and temperature are not just isolated elements, but integral parts of a holistic experience.
Right, they all work together.
They are the brushstrokes on a culinary canvas. They collectively guide our perception and appreciation, creating unique emotional responses that go beyond mere taste. The warmth of the cobbler, the delicate, cool refreshment of the tea, if chilled, the complex, lingering finish of the wines, they all speak to us on a deeper sensory level, creating distinct memories and feelings that are profoundly tied to how they are prepared and enjoyed. Hashtag 3.3, curating your culinary canvas.
And it's not just the food and drink itself. We also explored how the right environment, the meticulously curated setting, can dramatically elevate these experiences.
Stage for the performance.
From the sun-drenched, serene tea nook to the sophisticated, intimate wine lounge, the decor itself becomes a silent yet powerful partner in your enjoyment. It's about creating a complete sensory immersion where your surroundings enhance every sip and bite.
This truly raises an important question. How does thoughtfully designed personal space amplify our connection to what we consume, making it more than just sustenance, but an act of intentional savoring?
That's interesting.
When you align the sensory experience of your food and drink with the visual and atmospheric cues of your surroundings, you transform a simple act into a mindful ritual, enriching every sip and bite. It's about creating harmony between what's on your plate and the world around you, allowing for deeper appreciation and a more profound connection to the moment. It's designing your personal canvas for culinary delight.
Making it an event, even a small one.
Exactly. Intentional enjoyment. Hashtag tag outro.
This deep dive into recipes from home from the Shrimp Boat book series has truly shown us that nature's bounty, particularly in and around the D.C. area, is not only delicious, but incredibly versatile.
So much potential there.
We've journeyed from fragrant honeysuckle blossoms to luscious wild blackberries, transforming them into soothing teas, comforting desserts, and exquisite aged wines, all while envisioning the perfect modern settings to enjoy them, connecting the culinary to the environment.
We hope this exploration has offered you a fresh perspective on the culinary treasures found right in the heart of our cities, reminding you that there's always more to learn and appreciate in the natural world around us, even amidst urban landscapes. It's a testament to the fact that beauty and flavor are often just a step away, waiting to be discovered and transformed.
So as you think about the natural delights we've explored today, ask yourself, how many other everyday ingredients around us are waiting to be transformed into something extraordinary, capable of telling a rich story through taste, aroma, texture, and even the carefully chosen space we choose to enjoy them in?
What's waiting in your backyard or local park?
What natural flavors are waiting to be discovered and celebrated in your own region, just waiting for your ingenious touch to unlock
Let's
their
talk about
full
something
potential?
delicious. Dive into the culinary world with the Shrimp Boat podcast. Discover the origins of iconic dishes and snag mouth-watering recipes you won't find anywhere else. And guess what? We've got a cookbook series too. Packed with our signature recipes, it brings the flavors of the sea right to your kitchen. But not just seafood. There's local favorites from all over the world, sweet tooth delights, and even homemade wine. Whether you're a seasoned chef or just getting started, our step-by-step guides make cooking a breeze. Subscribe now and grab your copy of the Shrimp Boat Cookbook today.
Welcome to the
Bon
debates.
appetit.
Today we're diving into something really special. The vibrant natural beauty of the Washington, D.C. and Anacostia regions. We're looking specifically at, well, those fleeting treasures like honeysuckle blossoms and wild blackberries. Now, these are wonderful gifts from the land, but how do we best honor and, enjoy them? That's really our central question today. Is the most rewarding path to embrace that swift, fresh delight, the simpler preparations that capture their immediate essence? Or does their true character really emerge through more complex, maybe time-intensive methods that yield something with deeper personality, perhaps, and a more lasting satisfaction? I'll be making the case for celebrating these seasonal bounties with, let's say, immediate gratification and accessible, fresh preparations.
And I'll be arguing that unlocking the true depth, the transformative potential of these ingredients, it comes from a more patient, possibly more sophisticated engagement, where elaborate preservation, fermentation techniques, they reveal a richer, more enduring experience that I think truly celebrates the bounty over time.
Okay, so my core belief here is that the absolute peak enjoyment, right, for seasonal ingredients like these incredible honeysuckle blossoms or those luscious DC blackberries, well, it's found in their fresh, vibrant state. And you capture that peak with straightforward techniques, things that allow for immediate appreciation and, this is key, widespread sharing. So think about Anacostia honeysuckle tea. This isn't just a drink, it's really an experience in immediate gratification. The technique? Beautifully simple. You collect 2 cups of fresh honeysuckle blossoms. The source mentions that specific amount, and you just steep them in warm water for about 15 minutes. That's basically it. So in less than 20 minutes, the water is just infused with that flower's fragrant splendor, you know? That sweet, delicate aroma that tells you spring has really arrived. What you get is a soothing and fragrant tea, a truly delightful sip for almost any occasion. It feels like it's made for sharing right then and there, maybe with locals, maybe visitors, just celebrating the season's bloom as it happens. You can almost picture it, right? Sharing that warmth and aroma with friends on a sunny Anacostia afternoon. It's all about that instant communal joy. And then you've got the DC Blackberry Cobbler, another prime example. A delightful treat that captures the very essence, as the source puts it, of those luscious black jewels you find scattered in the city's parks. Now, the technique here is very home-style. It's inviting. You gently toss your fresh DC blackberries with half cup of sugar, and you let them sit for just 15 to 20 minutes. Why? To release their natural juices. It's a simple step, but it really amplifies their flavor before baking. And the whole baking process is quick, 45 to 50 minutes. What comes out of the oven? This warm, comforting dessert. Those sweet, juicy blackberries paired with the warm, comforting crust.
It's described as a cherished dessert that, honestly, it just begs to be enjoyed warm. Maybe with some vanilla ice cream, shared spontaneously, with family, with friends, right during peak blackberry season. See, these preparations are fundamentally about accessible, home-style techniques. They encourage immediate enjoyment, timely sharing, and a direct celebration of the ingredients' freshness. And you know, for me, a lively, spontaneous go-go band like, say, Junkyard Band, that feels like the perfect sonic backdrop. That immediate, infectious energy mirrors the communal joy of a DC gathering, just like sharing a warm cobbler on the spot.
Advocate, I certainly understand that magnetic pull of immediate enjoyment. I really do. But I have to contend that the true depth, the transformative potential of these incredible seasonal ingredients from Anacostia and DC, well, that's unlocked through more patient, complex techniques. These methods don't just offer enjoyment. They yield products that provide a richer, I'd argue, more enduring experience. They allow us to celebrate the bounty over a much longer period. Let's consider the Potomac honeysuckle wine. Now, this is a creation that demands a significant investment, both time and meticulous technique. After you gather your 4 cups of fresh honeysuckle blossoms, double the amount needed for tea, note the process involves combining them with sugar, lemon, yeast. Then you start an initial fermentation for about a week, and you're stirring it daily. Then it continues to ferment for several weeks until the bubbling stops.
After that, it's carefully strained, and here's the really crucial part. It ages for several months. This isn't just following a recipe. It's closer to alchemy, wouldn't you say? This transformation elevates the fragrant charm of those blossoms into a delightful libation. And in my view, it much more profoundly encapsulates the essence of Anacostia's natural beauty, but in a refined, lasting form. It's not just a taste, it's a story captured in a bottle. And similarly, crafting the DC Blackberry wine, that's a truly artisanal process. It starts with meticulous preparation, like sterilizing your equipment using a Campton tablet. That's a small detail, but
vital, right? To ensure unwanted bacteria don't spoil weeks or months of effort. Then you're crushing 4 cups fresh DC blackberries, creating a simple syrup, and then the real journey begins.
A multi-stage fermentation, 7 days initially, then 4 to 6 weeks in a secondary fermenter, followed by another 3 months of aging, and finally bottling and maturing for, wait for it, at least a year.
Wow, a full year, at least a year. This prolonged, patient approach. It doesn't just make a drink. It results in a wine that, as the material suggests, embodies the soul of the nation's capital. It offers a perfect balance of sweet and tart that speaks of history, of nature converging, something to be savored long, long after the blackberry season ends. This isn't about a fleeting moment. It's about creating a legacy, something tangible that lasts. These preparations, they demand patience, yes, but also a sophisticated understanding of fermentation, of aging. The reward isn't instant, I grant you that, but it's a deeper, more complex flavor profile that matures over time. It makes the eventual sharing a more deliberate, maybe more celebratory, and I think more profound experience. And for that kind of sophisticated, patient craft, that long-term enjoyment, well, a band with deep roots and an enduring legacy, like Rare Essence, that feels right.
Aged wines perfectly, reflecting tradition and sustained excellence, a sound that gets richer with time, much like the wine itself.
I hear the appeal of that long journey. I really do. But let's talk about capturing the essence itself. Because for me, the very essence, that term we keep using, of honeysuckle's fragrant splendor, or the blackberry's sweet, juicy nature, it's best preserved directly, in its most immediate, vibrant state. When I talk about essence, I'm thinking about those immediate volatile compounds, the peak aromatic and flavor profile that defines the ingredient when it's absolutely fresh. So the Anacostia honeysuckle tea, for instance, it instantly infuses that incredibly delicate aroma into the water. You get that pure, unadulterated scent and taste of the flower right now.
Mm-hmm.
The DC Blackberry Cobbler, similarly, it showcases the fruit's natural sugars, its texture, without really obscuring it through complex, long-term processes. You get that burst of flavor, straight from the bush, essentially, amplified by a little sugar and heat, yes, but not fundamentally altered. This offers, I believe, a truer, more immediate taste of the season as it is. It lets you experience the peak vibrancy. It's not, as you might suggest, a derivative. It is the original. It's about respecting that ingredient's natural state at its peak moment.
Okay, advocate, I see why you emphasize that immediate sensory burst, and I agree. That's definitely an essence, a very appealing one. But I would argue that essence isn't just limited to that ephemeral freshness, nor is it simply, a single fixed point. When I think of essence, I'm referring to the full aromatic and flavor spectrum. That includes not just what's immediately present, but also what can be unlocked, what can be refined through patient transformation. It's about revealing hidden depths. The Potomac honeysuckle wine and the DC blackberry wine, they transform the raw ingredients. Through that intricate dance of fermentation and aging, they draw out entirely new layers of fragrant charm, a perfect balance of sweet and tart that wasn't there initially. This process isn't about obscuring the original. It's about revealing a more profound, more nuanced soul of the ingredients. It's a different, maybe more sophisticated essence that emerges over time. One that tells a story, the story of the plant's journey, its interaction with yeast, with time, with its environment. So while the tea's freshness is charming, absolutely, one might question if it truly captures the entire story, the full potential, compared to the nuanced character that develops in a meticulously crafted wine. Does that fleeting aroma truly represent the ingredient's deepest character, or is it just its first whisper?
The first whisper. That's an interesting way to put it. Your point about the story is compelling, dissenter, but let's pivot slightly to accessibility and the timing of enjoyment and sharing, because that feels like a really crucial aspect here. My approach, it champions immediate gratification, yes, but also the wide accessibility of these simpler recipes. The tea, like we said, ready in about 15 minutes. The cobbler, enjoyed in under an hour. This allows for frequent, spontaneous enjoyment and sharing.
You can literally be sipping Anacastia's fragrant delights almost immediately after picking the blossoms. It kind of democratizes the experience, doesn't it? It makes the seasonal bounty available to more people, fostering community right there in the moment. Imagine a spontaneous potluck in a DC park. Someone brings a warm blackberry cobbler, someone else brewed some fresh honeysuckle tea. It's about living in the present, making the most of a fleeting season with minimal fuss, and ensuring that pretty much anyone, regardless of their, deep culinary expertise, can participate in this joy. Who are we really serving if only a select few, with very specific skills, can enjoy the fruits of their labor and only after months or even years?
Advocate, I don't quite buy that immediacy should always be the ultimate goal, or that accessibility in the preparation phase automatically equates to a deeper, more profound experience in the end. While I certainly acknowledge the immediate appeal of a quick cobbler, who wouldn't, I want to highlight the unique reward that comes from patient anticipation. The honeysuckle wine needs several months of aging. The blackberry wine, as we established, at least a year to mature. Now, this isn't just a delay, it's an investment. It builds anticipation. It makes the eventual enjoyment a far more deliberate, maybe more celebratory event. Sharing a bottle of aged DC blackberry wine after a year? That isn't just a casual get-together anymore, is it? It becomes a testament to patience, a marker of time past, and potentially a deeper, more reflective shared experience.
It's a moment, perhaps, of profound reflection and celebration that I think truly transcends the fleeting nature of the fresh ingredient itself. Is a quick sip, however pleasant, truly as rewarding or as memorable as a carefully cultivated vintage may be shared to commemorate an anniversary or a significant life event? There's a certain magic in that waiting, wouldn't you agree? A value in the anticipation itself?
I do agree there's a magic to weighing this enter. Absolutely. But that magic often comes with a higher barrier to entry, doesn't it? In terms of, technical skill and even just intent. The techniques for the tea and the cobbler are generally accessible. We're talking boiling water, steeping, basic baking steps. These are pretty foundational culinary skills most people either possess or can very easily learn. It's not about specialized equipment. You don't need hydrometers or Campton tablets. It's not about complex chemistry. It's about home cooking and immediate pleasure. The source material itself even suggests these are recipes from home, which implies that ease of access, a focus on everyday enjoyment. My intent here is to celebrate the ingredient itself with minimal intervention, making it approachable for everyone in our community, ensuring that the bounty of Anacostia and DC isn't just for the advanced artisan, but really for every kitchen. It's a culinary craft, sure, but one centered on bringing joy to the most people quickly.
That's a compelling argument for widespread access, Advocate. I'll grant you that. But have you considered the different kind of craft involved? And maybe the deeper sense of accomplishment it offers the maker. The wine recipes, they involve significantly more specialized techniques and equipment. You mentioned sterilizing with a Camden tablet. That's absolutely crucial for preventing contamination, ensuring a clean fermentation. Then there's understanding yeast activation, monitoring the fermentation, often with an airlock, that little device letting CO2 out but keeping oxygen away from your batch, and then racking, which means carefully siphoning the liquid off the lees, the spent yeast, to clarify it and prevent off flavors later on. These aren't merely recipes you follow blindly. They're crafting processes. They require precision, a commitment to transforming the ingredients, and frankly, a deeper understanding of food science, of microbiology even.
While I acknowledge the accessibility of the simpler techniques, these more involved methods offer a different, maybe more profound sense of accomplishment for the person doing the crafting. You've truly guided nature's process in a specific direction, and the result, a sophisticated, complex final product that stands as a testament to skill, to patience. It's about elevating the ingredient into something entirely new, something enduring. It's a true artisanal art form, I would say, rather than just a simple preparation. It's a commitment, and that commitment resonates deeply for many.
And this distinction, this difference in approach and commitment, it really extends to the very spirit of the music we might choose, right? Think about that quick, vibrant energy of a band like Junkyard Band. their raw, infectious rhythms, that spontaneous improvisation, it just perfectly mirrors the immediate joy of sipping a warm Anacostia honeysuckle tea on a sunny afternoon or digging into a freshly baked DC blackberry cobbler shared at some impromptu gathering in a DC park. It's all about living in that moment, that burst of fresh, immediate flavor and energy. When I hear Junkyard Band, it's not just the beat, it's that raw, spontaneous, almost percussive energy that perfectly captures the spirit of biting into that fresh cobbler, the kind of joy you want to share right now with everyone around.
Conversely, Advocate. Think about the deep grooves, the sophisticated evolution of a band like Rare Essence. Their rich history, their enduring appeal in DC that resonates so perfectly with the patient development, the refined character of an aged Potomac honeysuckle wine or a mature DC blackberry wine. It is about a lasting legacy, isn't it? A tradition cultivated over time, much like a carefully aged vintage that deepens, becomes more complex with each passing year. Their music, with its intricate layers, its deep roots in DC culture, it requires time, maybe multiple listens, to fully appreciate its nuances, its history. Just as our wines demand patience for their full character to emerge, Rare Essence's sound is a more contemplative, perhaps, but ultimately deeply rewarding experience. It's about the heritage, the depth that comes only from a long journey. It speaks to that longevity.
So look, while I certainly appreciate that extended processes offer unique rewards, profound transformations, I still maintain there's an unparalleled value in seizing the moment, using these seasonal ingredients through accessible preparations. The sheer joy of immediate, widespread sharing, that direct, vibrant connection to the fresh flavors of Anacostia in DC, embodied so beautifully by the honeysuckle tea and the blackberry cobbler, that's deeply rewarding in its own right. And the source material clearly presents these as viable, rewarding paths to immediate enjoyment, celebrating the natural beauty and local flavors in a way that's accessible, that's inclusive. It really is about the beauty of the here and now, a celebration that everyone can join in, almost spontaneously.
And while simple preparations are indeed charming, Advocate, and they absolutely have their place, I have to stand by the notion that the true potential, the real depth of these regional bounties, well, it's often realized through more dedicated, time-intensive methods. These techniques allow for a profound transformation. They create products like the honeysuckle and blackberry wines that offer a sophisticated and enduring appreciation. They can mark significant moments. They embody a patient craft that truly uncorks, as the source says, the captivating history and crafting process of these local delicacies. It's about creating something that won't just last, but will deepen and grow more complex with time, becoming perhaps a cherished memory held within a bottle.
Ultimately, I suppose both approaches, whether you're embracing that immediate delight or pursuing the long-term complexity, they honor the rich natural heritage of the Anacostia and DC regions, just in their own distinct, valuable ways.
They truly do. They invite us all, I think, to consider our relationship with time, with technique, and ultimately with taste when we celebrate these local treasures. It reveals that the true essence, perhaps, can be found across a whole spectrum of culinary expressions, and there is clearly much more to explore within this rich material.